Hello, lovely studio audience, viewers, cast members, and stars of the show. I am your host, Shadow Void Inc. You can also call me Jades Inc. And this is a video about the most recent lab in Yeeps, the next update. Sorry for this style of the episode, it will be a voiceover because my audio got corrupted when transporting files. No clue why, it just did. But this is your only warning to get out if you want no spoilers. So, let's start. So just kind of chilling, checking out the new map. So I'm gonna go head over to the map first. It's the fishing update. And we're heading to Fishy Harbor. Kick back at the beach and collect rare fish. So that's where we'll be heading. And look how beautiful of a place this is. This is a place to relax. Look how chill all the gnomes are doing. I took a look at the banner holders, which got removed from the map when I relaunched the game. I also took a look, checking out all of the creation stuff, which you are able to put those onto fishing rods for all your designs. That's just saying there will be specific fish in other biomes across the adventure maps. So and looking at the map tells us that we're in an adventure map. We aren't just in a random map in Yeeps, we're in the adventure world, in the beach area. So, could add a lake to Snowy Village, maybe something in Outlaw Oasis for fishing. And here's the tech web. So immediately right next to there, you can buy so many things. Of course, it gets more expensive as it goes along, but you can buy the cheap, for only 300, toy fishing rod, which is the only fishing rod I own now. I don't even have the wooden one or the fish bucket to let that matter sink in. If we head over here to the RC car shop, we now have a new RC of a boat. Now you can sail the seas, fly the skies, and drive the land. Would have ever guessed that that was going to be happening. Checking out some other guys. This dude copied another dude's sandcastle. So I went to go find the other dude, and there he is. Got distracted by the item spawner, which is pretty neat. I'm gonna like to see that in map making, And here's this dude's sandcastle. It looks really nice. I like the use of the new wood blocks from the Wing update. I quickly get distracted here to find more charms hidden in this little spot. There were some charms I missed at the beginning. Here I am looking for the fishing rod. I checked Hangout first. I don't know why I checked Hangout first instead of Adventure. It's an adventure map. So yeah, so now I have the fishing rod prepared. Taking a look, there's some holes and things. We got two different baits here, both 200 silver beans. The magnetic bait and the wormy bait. As we head up, we can see this telling you what's there, but it tells us that fish will soon be able to be sold for beans. And also maybe in coins. And there's a 500 bean jelly bait. There's a plaque. Nice job, Nathan, on catching the fish. And there's all the other stuff here, Nice kitchen. Makes you wonder, will there be any fish recipes? So, just chilling here. Taking a look at everybody, seeing what they're saying. And this is when I decide to take a jump over to this other dock here to see this guy. Who I completely agree with, by the way. The shoe update would have been amazing, I got to admit. Who can go wrong with a shoe update? Yeah. Now that I'm looking at this pirate ship over here, and I'm thinking, oh, what's here? And there's Captain Birdswalk, who's been sailing for 10 hours. And has nothing to show for it. At least it wasn't 10 years. You never know. We'll want somebody pulling Odysseus over here in Yeeps. Then all that this was just me looking at the boat. I like how they built a crow's nest. It was a very nice crow's nest design, I have to admit. I wonder where his crew went, though, because if he was sailing alone, no wonder he found nothing. They focus on sailing. Yeah, I'm looking underwater as I'm heading to this other boat with the fishing net. Which, of course, me being me, I'm in love with all the paints. I see if it's a new paint color, but no, it's already existed. And we find another captain who wants to get a pirate ship. Who knows if he's gonna get stuck on a 10-year voyage. No, maybe take that one from Captain Birdsquonk. We got like a crab cage over here. Maybe they're catching crawdads. I know nothing about catching crawdads. You know, grab a headlamp and go take a look at what's down below here. And all it is just ground. It's just darkness ground. There's nothing here, no special secret. It's not like a secret fishing cave that gives you better luck. Just ground. Yeah, so I'm coming up and, yep, floating starfish. Who would have guessed that that was there? I sure didn't. You know, see some of the other guys. I take a look back at this, seeing all the things. You know, the wooden fishing rod, the catalogs, the plaque. You know. And this is where I decide to... Wait, what am I doing? Right. I am heading back to check out the other tech webs. So here I am, running to Mega Shop. Beautiful Mega Tech Web. And checking all of them. Absolutely nothing new on the suburbs. Nothing new on Snow. Nothing new on Fantasy. And of course we already looked at the new stuff on Beach. But there's nothing else. Nothing new on Desert, all the same stuff. Of course I just said, hey, why not try my luck and check the other 4 tech webs, and there's nothing on tech web. Nothing on the game tech web, which we thought there would be. Nothing on music, but I don't know, I was expecting them to release a complete new fishing track. And of course, nothing on props tech web. But who would assume that there would be something? I go take the last guess. We already saw what was on RC. There's nothing new on any of the pet tech webs, for my extent of knowledge. All the same music discs, and all the same discs and sound effects that are in loop, to what I know. And I highly doubt they'd put it in lab. If they were to have it, they'd release it on the game update. But there's no fishing rod skin, or at least it's not in rotation if they did put it into lab. So, I'm deciding. Let's check the only 2 tech webs I have not checked yet. First up, Ore, which I highly doubt they added anything to. And they didn't, it's still the same. Also, we're realizing this thing, I saw a tunnel in the background there. Who knows if I did or didn't, I'll have to rewatch the footage. And the only other tech web I have left is Studios. And what do you know? They got 4 new items. The banner display, 2 pedestals, and yes, I have nothing bought on here. I'm buying stuff just to get to one of the new items since I don't have enough. But they have the 2 pedestals, the short item pedestal and the item pedestal, and the item spawner. Which we gotta see the item spawner, but not the pedestals yet, so I still don't know how those work. Probably should have figured out how they worked. And then there was nothing else, to my knowledge. No new charms, nothing. So we head back here that's just me looking at the banner display again. In the item spawner, after actually taking a look at it, which I feel like will be great for map making. And of course me getting distracted by stuff, looking around, taking another look here at the cooking area, looking at the fish Nathan caught again. Jumping up there, if I didn't see that area before, maybe I did. I think I did. I just wasn't paying attention before. And I decided to grab myself some rockets to check out these hot air balloons. I highly doubt that anything would be up there, but I decided to take a look. Nothing in the first one, but it's a very nice design, I'd say. I feel like it's in campfire since you make small hot air balloons for keeping. Nothing in the second one. Turn around thinking there's nothing in the third, and there's a fella. I don't know if this man was just broken or my game was freaking out, but he was not speaking to me. Now taking more of a look at the hot air balloon design. I'm thinking my game's broken, that he won't speak to me. Even though after I wait a second, I decide to jump down to see if my game is broken and if somebody else will speak to me. Let's get to this guy. I don't remember his name. I feel like it has crab in it. Yeah. And this is where I decide to buy a bait and try fishing. Sweet old fishing. I fished once in my life, not in a video game that I remember, and there I go, I throw it in. I throw my fishing rod in like an idiot. So I grab it, bait's still attached, and I swim on up and I drop it again. So now I gotta swim down, collect my fishing rod, and then I decide to wall climb back up after I accidentally casted my fishing rod. It doesn't look like I can reel it in, so I start doing that, and then I accidentally eat it. So you know, I'm practically out con, so I will get some con, as one does. You know, halfway through the video and I'm already out of cotton. Then I take off my miner's helmet. I fix my fishing rod and buy another wormy bait. This time I'm careful to not giantly throw it, and I toss it in. A little while later, boom! I catch something. It wasn't that fast, I cut it. So I'm trying to pull it in as fast as I can, you know, and then it swims below me and gets away, breaking my rod. So, what do I decide to do? Buy another bait and try again, because you gotta have perseverance, my friend. And I throw it in again. Like I didn't learn my lesson the first time. There's a crab. I grab it, and I get away from that crab. Because I highly think it has ill intentions. By ill, I mean malicious. So then, I throw it in a second time, because the first two times weren't enough of a lesson. I wonder how many people bet I'll throw it in a fourth time. Now, I properly cast it, and I'm sitting here. A little while later... No, I didn't cut this piece. That's fine, but it was pretty quick. That was how long it took me to get it. And it breaks again. Of course, I buy another piece of bait. Soon I'll probably burn through all of my things, and I decide to cast again. I don't even know if I cut this one either. Now here I am casting it, waiting. You know, as one does. You wait. And you wait. And there it is. I'm getting it, and it gets away from me again. You know, kind of annoying, it keeps getting away from me. So I decide to cast it without any bait. Why spend my money on bait? There we go. I get one in, and I catch nothing. It keeps going underneath me. So I decide, hey, why do I do this, and why not go somewhere where it can't swim under me? So I start fishing on the boat. I get a catch, and this time, I get it. And what is it? It's an empty can. It's not even rusty, it's just an empty can. So my first intentions are, can I sell this? And guess what? I cannot. I can eat it, but not sell it. You know, I'm looking over here again, saying hi to the fish Nathan put there again, because of course I am. Now this is after I read through stuff and learned that there is a tension system in the game. Meaning the faster you pull, the harder you do, the least likely you'll catch it. So using a mix of medium speed movements and bringing it in, I catch another can. Another one. I don't even know how the cans are putting up a fight, but they were. So instead of buying one of the two cheaper baits, I buy the most expensive bait option I have, the jelly bait. It's obviously a jellyfish, so I don't know I'm electrocuted. But then again, Yeeps doesn't have an electrocution system. So, don't know why I was in my right hand when I was left-handed. Put the jellyfish on, and cast. And here I am, waiting. And waiting. And there it goes, I've caught a fish. So doing the same technique which seemed to work for me last time, I catch a red dauber. If I make the instinctive decision of, oh hey, I caught a creature, what do I do with it? You'll never guess what I did, but I instantly ran to the kitchen. Compared it to the pufferfish. Yeah. I looked over here. Looked at the plaque and looked at the bucket, which I don't have enough money for, so I can't put the fish in a bucket. I was looking at the items again, as one does. I'm like, I need this plaque. Need these catalogs. I got distracted by the details on the back. I was thinking, I want that pro fishing rod, but I don't got enough money for it. I ain't even close to it. So I take the little red dauber that I have in my hand, and I mercilessly throw it into the oven, and it instantly departs from this world. It turns gray, X on its eye, it's gone, it's dead. I feel sorry for it. And what do? I start cooking it, and it turns out to be just a pile of mud. So throw it to the ocean, buy another piece of bait. As travel's going, so jump back to my new favorite fishing spot. Grab it, switch it back to my left hand for my left-handedness, and go fish again. Like a couple seconds later, it should then go catch. Yep, it does, and I go fish up a different fish. It's not a fish, it's a flare. So you can get items from this, which is neat. Then I get my fishing rod stuck because I'm trying to run around with it, and I accidentally catch a fish. And wouldn't you know, it's an actual fish! And what fish may that be? well, it's an orange daubler. A light orange daubler, to be exact. Well, dauber, not daubler. But... so what do? Mercilessly throw it into the stove. And it's cooking. I just threw a fish into the stove and it cooks. And it makes this beautiful lemon. Looks like onions and chives with sauce. I told that guy he can't eat it. And it looks like a beautiful dish, so I eat it. And it was tasty. You know, I am going back to exclusive fish coming later. So I'll go check that out, probably. I go look over at the maps thinking what it could be. Look over at the items I am yet to own, but will try to. And then I jump over there. That was where I was experimenting for a moment. I cut the footage because it worked best with audio and I could not replicate everything that was said because I did not remember it. Here I am, just walking around, you know, talking about what's there. Sadly, the fishing rod cannot attach to players. If it did, I feel like that'd be very fun for combat, PvP, or maybe just strategy, like a parkour map. But, you know, this is also where I talk about how it has a tension system, where you have better tension the higher you of a tool you have. So if you got a pro fishing rod, it's a higher fishing rod to use and it's better, you know? And as I will always be saying at the end of my videos, thank you for watching, viewers, audience members, cast and star roles. I shall see you in the next episode. Goodbye and good night.